Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody's. Hello, GP. Hello, Cass. Hello, Dante. Let's start off with some shoutouts here. Still waiting for the virtual studio to load up. That can take a bit sometimes.
Egg. Can I offer you an egg during this trying time? Oh, wait.
Been a long time since I heard that song.
Listen. How do I fucking...
Little shout out at least.
No, I'm not.
The Phasmophobia stuffs. That's why it's not picking up right away. What's that? I think oh, something's being a bit goofy here, I think, maybe. That should be that. There we go. Tabletop RPG, cool. Thanks for the redeems.
Oh.
Hey, so that one took quite a while to make, but it was fun. Just slapping a bunch of shit together and it worked out. Much like the scene right there for in Unreal Engine. Where was that? Air fun. But yeah, damn, fucking 8 years been chugging along on this channel. Have yet to be canceled. Haha. Craig is just free floating. Good. Come on, Craig. Here, you can hide behind the hat. There we go. So he is in the scene. Well. Eh. Really too lazy to get canceled, maybe. But yeah, pretty much you can keep on trying to stream as long as you're not banned from the platform. And then it's just a matter of who you end up attracting, I guess. There's like a Doing a stream or two here or there on Rumble was okay, but then like the fucking bots started coming along, and the moderation tools over there aren't as good or as developed as the ones over here. Who knows? Maybe once that gets picked up, I might do more shit on Rumble, other than just upload the streams from here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But yeah, it's a interesting platform. And the people that I do watch here or there on there, not much different than if you were just watching them on Twitch. Just some of them, well, one of them I know just doesn't like Twitch. Especially some of the people that are bigger streamers on Twitch compared to Rumble. Just hates the idea of like these people have been proven to be completely fucking horrible people, or else go out of their way to do shit that ends up getting them banned just so they can get the free advertising for it for their channel whenever they come back from their 3-day vacation. And they just rather just fucking avoid that sort of stuff. So as far as he knows, when it comes down to Rumble, like he hasn't heard of any people that are really like that. He doesn't like Kick because people that are like up higher up on that one also, which I can agree with that one. I think I mentioned that a few times in the past on here and on Rumble whenever I did stream over there, as to why I don't do shit on Kick, even though I do have an account over there. I'll maybe watch Coral's channel over there every once in a blue moon, but that's about it. For the most part, I just watch Coral on Twitch, and sometimes I'll jump into her YouTube if I'm already fucking around on YouTube. But yeah, I didn't have any super mega big plans for this year's streamiversary. 8 years is a long time though. Easiest way I've been able to tell like that it's been 8 years is, well, first I found out when I first started streaming through third-party website that like just tracks like people's streaming data and shit, like what they streamed, when they streamed, how long, viewers, stuff. It's almost like Social Blade, but I can't remember what the hell the name of the site was that I used. But looked as far back in the timeline, and this was a while back that I did this, but looked as far back in the timeline as I could find, and June 26th was when I first streamed, and it was actually a Warframe stream. That must have been like very, very damn choppy because I don't remember doing it. But then there's like a brief period where there was no streaming, and then it picked right up where I started streaming like every single fucking day. Streaming World of Tanks for 2 to 6 hours a day. It just depended upon how tired I was and shit. I would do that Monday through Friday.
The boy who lived has come to die.
But yeah. Ooh, it's nearly a decade on this platform. Plenty of downs, couple of ups, many people that seemed like they had downs. Yeah, God. God damn it, what's the name of that channel? I ended up coming across this one channel. I haven't watched it because I didn't follow it. I just like checked it out. Of these guys with Down syndrome that do like cooking, like a cooking show, and it's really sweet to watch. And it's like I just love them, and they're like conscious of their situation. And if I remember right, it's like Downs with Scott and Marley or something. I just remember it's like Downs with S&M is, if I remember right, is like the channel's name. It was on there now. Oh yeah. I didn't have that too much with work. I did notice that when it comes down, because I've been at this job for close to 6 years now. But, well, I need to get back to what I was saying before. Is like, so I found out on the Social Blades like website that the 26th of June was my first stream. Hi, moderator.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It's Moan Day.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my.
And biggest way I keep track of how many years it's been is how old my kiddo is. Just knock off 2 years.
Take his ammo and his Jordans.
Jordans.
Take his ammo and his Jordans, you say? Who hurt you? I'm just kidding.
But yeah, whenever.
Where are they? Ow!
Oh, that's Evil Within.
Ow!
Yeah, much ow. But started doing streaming just to keep my mind off shit while in the middle of the night. First starting to be a single dad and getting back into the groove of having my own place, and pretty much the only shit I had was stuff for my kiddo. No real bed for me and things like that. Just kept on going. And thanks for the happy anniversary stuffs there, Mod. Yes, Mod is indeed the hottie dude. Oh, almost 3 years. Oof. People that I know could definitely top everybody else here is Joe Devils, Vero FPS, and Muxiel. Those are the three fellas that have been following me the longest. I think when Muxiel last subscribed to me, it was 78 months. That fella's been a great supporter. I try to help people who get started. Anybody that talks about starting streaming shit is like not hard to set everything up. You just have to take the time to do it. Yeah, things could start off shitty with like if you have bad hardware or whatever, or in the case of myself and Joe and Vero FPS, Dale, we all started off streaming from the Xbox using the Twitch app. So yeah, Mux is a cool dude. First met him when he went under the alias Seawills. I feel like catching him whenever he does art, or else I think I might have caught him doing Overwatch a little bit last time he did stream. But yeah. Been a hot minute, it feels, since he last streamed. But yeah, I think the only time I took like even close to hiatus whenever it came down to streaming shit was because it was sort of a forced situation. Disappeared for about a year and a half because I ended up losing my job. Where I was living was like the middle of fucking nowhere, so it was very hard to find work. And I was having issues with my truck. The cable that went from the battery to the starter had been chewed through by something. And I could not for the life of me find a place that I could find a damn replacement for that wasn't asking like $300 to $400 for a fucking wiring harness. So eventually ended up moving into this place that I've been at for the last couple years now. Well, for about 6 years. Let's see, I think I moved here where I'm at now in September. October got the job that I'm at. Well, by the time it was October, I had the job that I'm at now. And then a couple months afterwards, I finally got my internet bill caught up, and then I could get my internet turned back on. But this time, like, biggest thing that was hitting me with getting the internet bill done was fucking the rental fees because I couldn't find a way to get their damn modem back to them fast enough. So whenever I started up my internet here, I was like, I'm not dealing with any rental fee bullshit. So I took the time to find out what was a modem that was rated good for the internet company, and then went to Walmart, picked that shit up, and then I think it might have been the following pay that I got the internet turned on here. So, and it's been going ever since. So it was like about a year hiatus due to damn near going homeless, pretty much. Didn't announce anything about it. Didn't do the whole I got unexpected bills bullshit. I just toughed it the fuck out. All I cared about was making sure that my kiddo had what he needed. I survived. It was rough, but that's how life gets sometimes. But then pretty much ever since it's just been trying to keep my goofy ass on a schedule of at least Monday, Wednesday, Friday streaming. There's some bits here or there that I know I went a week or so without streaming. Get internet set up. Alright. Congrats on getting your first apartment too. Yeah, I was wondering why he disappeared for a bit on internet stuffs, but everybody keeps busy in their own way. Mom didn't say anything to me about like if she even knew about what was going on with you. But then again, she's been having her own freaking goofy little issues. Tomorrow you're gonna be re-signing the lease. Yeah, I remember you telling me about the lease stuff on Discord here. Mom just found out today. Okay. Those that don't know, Crunkle is my brother. Pain in the ass last week over 16 hours. Well, as long as they pay the overtime, that's good. Whenever I first got with my ex, and shit was going. I started that security job that I was doing up this way. I was doing 16-hour shifts just to try to get everything managed while we were dealing with having Brody. Just makeup time? Ah. Alright. At least they let you make up the time then. But those 16-hour shifts can be grueling. Just be happy you don't have to come home and fucking do dishes before you can even go to bed, because you want to have something like a bowl of cereal before you go to sleep. Freaking that's probably the one thing I hated the most when her and I first got our own place. Literally had to teach that woman how to do some basic survival stuff. Only thing I recall her knowing how to make right off the bat was tuna casserole. And I will say now, I never liked tuna casserole, but it was what she thought she was good at making, so I never bitched about whenever she made it. It's just something, you know, do it. It's something that your significant other makes, and they think that they make it good, and even if they don't make it super good, you know, they'll try to enjoy it for them at least. That's like the only sort of advice I can give on that sort of shit. But then I started teaching her how to make other stuff. I should be using one dish. Yeah. I pretty much do dishes at least once or twice a day. Depends on whether or not I go out to eat somewhere. That's another thing I really missed about fucking not being in the middle of nowhere. Didn't eat out or order pizza or anything like that whenever I lived close to where Dean lived. Because just getting delivery to the middle of fucking nowhere costly. Jeez. Biggest thing that really sucked about that shit was whenever I first started getting into this slump of not having a job. But finally got food stamps, and walking 5 miles to the closest Family Dollar with my kiddo with a backpack on my back so that I could carry shit back home for grocery shopping. Not even ridiculous shifts, just jobs like this. Yeah, the jobs that keep you on your feet for extended periods of time, like especially if it's just staying in one spot, really sucks. Whenever I worked at a nearby ski resort, I worked at one of the restaurants. Well, technically it was 2 of the restaurants. It was like a shared kitchen sort of thing. Started off as bus help there, so we're like bottom of the food chain. Never got tipped out by the fucking waiters and waitresses whenever they, like, any of the cash tips. They had to fucking claim the credit card and debit card tips because, you know, the paper trail. But I don't recall getting any cash tips from any of the fucking waiters and waitresses I worked for there. I think about like the end of the first year, I just stopped giving a fuck, and if I wanted to go for a smoke break, I did. If they wanted to bitch at me, I didn't care because I knew they weren't going to tip me anyway. But then eventually became a runner there, taking food from the kitchen out to the floor for the waiters and waitresses, and that was a nice change of pace, but at the same time it really sucked because I was only runner for 2 restaurants then. And that went on for nearly a year and a half. Then eventually I picked up another job and put in my 2 weeks notice. And I think it was like the day before my 2 weeks was up. I went down for a smoke real fast before dinner started, and I was halfway through the cigarette whenever the supervisor, I think she was, came down looking for me, and she asked me why I was on a smoke break. I was like, because it's right before dinner, so I'd rather get it in before then. She's like, well, if you're not gonna work, then why did you bother coming in? So I'm like, okay. I broke my cigarette in half, tossed it in the cigarette thing in the receptacle, walked upstairs, shook the cook's hands, told him it was fun working with him. You guys were good guys. I enjoyed working with you guys, even on the days that we were just getting pounded and it just sucked. And hope for the best. And then fucking up and left. Didn't say anything else to anybody else, just to the cooks. And went back home, enjoyed the extra day off, completely ignored every phone call that came in from work. And then I think after I started the new job, I got bored and I checked my voicemails, and it's just the supervisor pleading that I answer the phone and come back in because they were just getting slammed and there's nobody to run the food out. I was like, oh, you shouldn't have acted like a bitch then. You can do it yourself then. Yeah. Punch out of work. Gotta pack stuff up. Alright. Talk to you later, Dante. Take care of yourself. Don't pull your back out or any stupid shit like that while moving your stuff. Careful. I know it can be tough doing it solo if you're doing it solo, but you know, take what time you need with what you got. Yeah. So it's been 8 years of bullshit and just seeing things seemingly slowly deteriorate here on Twitch, and nowhere else seems profoundly better. Way more people over here that I know and that I enjoy watching or bullshitting with. I got ads starting here soon, so I'll take a moment. It's time. So many freaking notepads. Pardon me, I'm trying to look where the hell I wrote down those that are watching the VOD or else checking this like that are subscribed, and that's not really a thing stopping you at the moment from hearing what I'm saying. I find where I wrote down what the measurements are for Unreal stuff. No, that's for Blueprint I was working on. So much fucking information kept in one area. Yeah. Camera setup. this is strictly the RTS stuff. And another 5 minutes. This one got normals, baking. Okay, this baking cavity maps and other things. DRM, gradient setup, basic fire. Damn it. What were the dimensions? I could just open walls. Right? Welcome back from ads, everybody. You know, excuse me here. I was what my plan for the day was to update the Unreal Engine scene. So we have a bit more to, instead of just gray floating ground, and that's it. I wanna try something out here. I wanted to make sure it all came through right. Like, I've got so many damn things made up in Blender, but only so much will carry over. And gotta be sort of careful taking things from a 3D environment to, well, a 3D modeling thing to a
Got him!
Hey.
Got him!
Hit me with the nickel. There you go. Nickel. I still need to try to figure out how the fuck to do my shape keys on my model. Shapes are there. The shape keys are there in Unreal Engine. Thanks for the bunks. Like, all my faces are there from that, like, VC face has here. It's just whenever I tried setting up toggles in Unreal Engine, it didn't work right, and I just couldn't figure out what the error was that it was giving me. So I need to relook at that after I get things a bit more fleshed out. Size on this, because I remember I just made this for shits and giggles one day. Hey Jen, thanks. Give her a double shot on it.
Alright, let me get the door loaded. Have a bathroom. Oh my goodness. Alright, I will be right back.
Yeah.
Right back.
A wild Jen appears. Like the crazy buck futter she is.
And then I need what? 2? So I need one of these. This has been the best summer for me since 2017. Jeez, let's go though. That's good. We love to see that.
Maybe it gets pulled from
Alright,
archives.
It is finally your time.
Not 100% sure how they decided to set things up with Twitch Guru. I haven't bothered looking at the code for it all, like the HTML or else the CSS or the Java, well, JavaScript. Though I did try getting the shout out player into this scene for in Unreal Engine, and it sort of worked, but it didn't at the same time. Like I had a second TV. Yep. I just forget that it's not control. It's shift F1 for getting my mouse back, but I had like a second TV set up over here that was working like this, because it's just Unreal Engine has a browser plugin that works pretty good. Not extremely difficult to set up. But whenever I brought in the Twitch Guru player on a separate screen thing, it would just show the top part and the bottom part, but it wouldn't play the clip. So I don't know what was causing that issue. And it's obviously showing text and it's showing images just fine, but it wasn't playing video for some reason. But I could hear the video playing, and but whenever I was trying to find any information on getting a video to play in Unreal Engine from a browser source, all I constantly was getting was these fucking tutorials on how to put a MP4 or other video format into Unreal Engine. It's like, that's not what I need. Unreal Engine, like, a lot of people know of it, a lot of people use it for making shit. Not a lot of people make good, understandable tutorials for it. Technically, it's shading stuff, well, it's material stuff is sort of kind of similar to Blender's nodes, like here in the bottom part. But no, it doesn't even set up right. Why isn't this plugged in properly? Oop, there we go. Word. But yeah, lots of shit that I need to try to get figured out with Unreal Engine, but I'm still following a very lengthy tutorial on making RTS, real-time strategy games, or like Age of Empires, or Sims almost, where it's like the top-down view sort of thing. Because what I eventually plan to do is going to be a top-down sort of view thing. But this, like, trying to work on two projects at the same time, plus a bunch of extra bullshit in Blender for making my own models for the, well, 3D models for the game itself. So I haven't exactly gotten to the point in the tutorials where I need said models, but of course I don't want to get rusty in Blender and put a good bit of time into this shit, and don't want to go back in and be like, how the hell do I do this again? Which I have had a few times since I've jumped out of Blender and gone, well, out of Unreal Engine stuff and gone back into Blender stuff. I remember that one. Got some nice Ghibli grass. That took a bit to actually get working right. So many things, so many things. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, much skill issues. Has the right size. Layout. 2 meter by 2 meter by 0.2 meters for the Z. Okay, so this technically should be the size of a floor tile for in Unreal Engine. Hey, Neon Cat. I remember when that shit first picked up. That and Hamster Dance and so many old memes. Let's see here. So we got the base one, which actually I'll move into its own collection. Base tile. Make a duplicate. Move that into copies. Hide the original. Render 2 in case you decide to render stuff. Now, lighting setup's not too bad. What? Where are fancy little tile here? Nice thing about following some of the tutorials with not Unreal Engine, but with put duck out per se. Following a lot of tutorials with Blender, especially procedural materials tutorials, has given me a bit of an archive of different things that I could use instead of just having one having to make shit from scratch as I'm doing this stuff. Little plank, but I think this is stylized, which I don't really think stylized stuff matches too well with my shit. Not really. This one I remember, I think it goes on that, yeah. You notice the huge size difference. That was just for something in Blender, not something that was expected to be ported out to another system like Unreal or Godot or Unity. Oh yeah, bone. I remember using procedural bone materials for something I did for Coral. Hopefully one day you guys will get to see that. Brown granite. This is actually a newer one that I made up. Brown granite tile right there. Anybody that's interested in learning Blender stuff, when it comes down like things like procedural materials like these, where you just slap it on something and it basically makes, well, produces the result here. The person that I followed for learning about these things, and like I follow along with their tutorials when they put new ones out for new materials. It's a fellow named Ryan King Art or something along that line. Ryan King something on YouTube. And he's got an entire playlist of procedural materials, whenever you go into the shading node, like he didn't start doing this until like maybe a year or so ago with his videos, where it just boils down to this little node, which then you can actually like change the different colors for the tiles, all the different colors in it and stuff, and detail, roughness, etc. But that's the butt fuckery that this entire thing ends up being whenever you're making it. But then the group output, well, group input node right here is connected like all these different things. That's why it looks like such a cluster right now. But yeah, when we started doing that, it sort of made the end result of just this look much neater. And also having the option to change the colors without having to go into the bigger picture here and figure out which piece changes what. But the problem is, with all these nodes, that then means, because of how the game engines are taking that material and getting it into Unreal Engine, I can't just port this over, sadly. I would have to bake out the textures, so I'd have to bake out the base color, and then I'd have to bake out the roughness, and then in Unreal I could just set the metallic to 0. This has no normals to it, because normals would be like bumps in it, sort of like how my mask, the gray part for the mouthpiece in front of it, on my mask has just indentations to it. That's in part from a normal map. So normals are the outside of the model along with the bump in the materials. So it can be sort of confusing. But a real easy example I could show right now is this floor. We're looking at the front of the normal, but we go underneath, it just looks like we're floating on nothing. And that's because the normal is on the other side. This is also like whenever you load into a game and people load into the same spot. And you're like seeing the eyes and the teeth and the mouth bag inside somebody's head whenever you're loading in. That's because you're inside the model. There's no normals on the inside, they're only on the outside. So works sort of like a, what is that, two-way mirror, one-way mirror, whatever the hell it is. Another sort of example is sort of kind of pissed me off when I noticed it. Same goes for the inside of the jar here. You can see that it goes, you can see through the top of it. But if you come to the top of Craig's jar, it's closed. I forgot to hollow it out. That's because I was trying to keep the poly count low. Problem with spherical things is it's got well, anything that's rounded, it's got a higher poly count. Like this tank, the things that probably have the highest poly count per piece are the little gears, because how many sides there are to it. But it's there. That's the tank that's going around in circles here. Also, we can't forget have a visit to the Miku poster in the back. I forget who the hell suggested the Miku poster, but didn't give me a reference, so I just found myself a cursed image. Oh, the Cacodemon. That's sort of what I had in mind whenever I was modeling it, because my brother Crunkles for a narration role. What did I miss? Nothing. I've just been talking about like what it takes to get materials over from Blender to Unreal Engine, and I was doing like a little small tour of what is here, talking about how normals work, which are like the outsides of stuff. See chat. Hi chat. But yeah, Crunkle, he's when I first showed this, that I had the VTubing studio ready, I put out a tweet. I also made a new channel on my Discord that could still be in use. It's just people that could suggest random shit for me to try to put into the studio here. But Grunkle suggested a flesh blob with little teeth and one eye. So made that, and I named it Craig. It does have a floating animation in Blender. I ran into two problems whenever I ported this over. One, I didn't set shit up right for the floating animation from whenever I exported this model over. And two, as I was saying, like, okay, so mod, here's a basic rundown of normals for a model. The normals are the outside. They're the skin. But it's like one of those one-way mirrors where you can see through one way, but it just looks like a regular mirror from the other side. This top right here is this side reflecting back at you. And as you can see, you can just look right through the bottom of the lid. This is not hollow. I didn't hollow it out because I was trying to keep poly count low, and I didn't think about hollowing it out. Thus, this is a solid object that the flesh blob is in, even though it looks like glass. Or else containment field or something is a solid object. So whenever I did try porting it over with the animation, since the flesh blob is a separate entity, it just started going dee and then right out of the bottle. So I was like, oh god damn it. Flushed out beholder without the tentacles. Yeah, I was mainly thinking Trucking Simulator? Oh, I don't have any ooh stuff. I don't do the ooh. Oh no! Oh no, that's just driving. That was a truck that definitely be jackknifed right there. Or flipped. But yeah. I don't mind talking about my flesh blob. Probably the stupid little thing. Nope, not sitting on the balls. That's a teddy bear, actually. Just behind a TV so that everybody can be seen on chat. Teddy bear. Coral in a tank. Got another copy of the Coral tank. Up here, got Craig. Got shelving. Then we got me. Which I'm still happy that I was able to get the tracking for the head at least over into Unreal Engine. It's a bit of a bitch to set up because the plugins that were needed for the tutorial I was following hadn't been updated since 5.1, and 5.4.2 is the current version. So essentially, like, luckily getting older versions of Unreal Engine is not a pain in the ass. It's just a bit time consuming to actually download the damn thing. But getting in there was nice. Hard taco. And you take that taco, you put it in a bowl, you take a spoon, and you stab the hell out of it. Get yourself a little taco salad. Getting close to 2 years. I'm not following myself. I'm a horrible streamer. Gotta get my numbers up. The sweet numbers. My account was created November 5th, 2011. I think I got account age in here. Yep, there we go. 12 years, 7 months, 21 days, and 1 hour. And 3/4 of that, I was streaming. Yeah, it's been a while. And hell, my Steam account is much older. Steam here, go to badges. I see they're getting ready for the summer sale because they already got the summer badge up, trading card badge up. What was it? The Control F years. Yep. Years of service badge on Steam. 19 years. Well, close to 19 years. Unlocks November 11th. We got ads going on, so I'll wait a moment. I think I said October 11th. It's supposed to be November 11th. Indeed. Much dang those ads. Oh. So, I'll wait until the ads are done and I'll actually bake this texture out. Welcome back. I guess. Yippee! Possibly. Anytime I see those, my kiddo brings these like random YouTube shorts up. Sometimes it's just a stupid fucking people putting random shit into balloons and cutting the tips off and then having them like into a bowl. Okay, this is just as dumb as the cars running things over thing. It's supposed to be satisfying, I guess. I guess that's like one of those to each their own sort of thing. We get it out enough over here that I doubt he's got any sort of sensory deprivation. Walk plenty enough, and get around to like different parts of town. Moved to my bed. Too tired to game. That's how I was feeling earlier. I actually took a nap here between. I think I laid down about 6 o'clock, set alarm for 9. And then what actually woke me up was one of your videos, JP, on YouTube. I had the shit set to autoplay, and you were playing Apex. I heard your voice come on. I was like, I don't remember lurking on him in Twitch. Was he streaming? And like I just like fucking woke up to that for some reason. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Fucking, I don't know. Like, I would rather be tired during the winter months. Just hibernate. Summer months, you get more shit done outside without worrying about freezing your nuts off. Though you do have to worry about like heat stroke and things like that. With summer, it's got its own issues, but you can get more stuff done. Easier to work with a lot of building materials during the summer months as well. Concrete's not as much of a fucking pain in the ass. Though standing on hot rebar sucks compared to standing on cold rebar. I do not miss those days at all. Alright, so here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some shit here in Blender. I'm going to try to bake out these things, but I haven't done much baking where it comes down to node groups. I'm going to try to follow the usual procedure, which is first you'd go in, you'd UV unwrap your model like so. Make a new thing. Brown granite tile. We'll name it that. We'll leave it 1024 for height and width. I don't really need an alpha. That should be good. Okay, so new image. All zoomed in like that. So we'll go from here. I'll jump back over to the shading. Shift A, texture, image. Have it there. Click the drop down, brown granite tile. And what we're first going to get, I might need cycles. We'll go to GPU. Hopefully baking this out doesn't eat up a whole lot. Yeah, comfy sweaters are nice. But like I said, like winter is more like a chill out time, literally and figuratively. Like you can wear those big comfy jackets and sweaters and shit and not worry about sweating your balls off as much. And of course, invasive bugs, fuck those things too. That's the one thing I really hate about where I live at now is I can't just have a fan in the window. And I'd rather that over having an AC going. Just because I've been closed up all winter, so might as well have, during the summer months, try to have some fresh air circulating through here, sort of thing, you know? But, there's two issues. One, some of the area is, whatchamacallit, it's saturated, I guess you could say, where puddles form very easily and they stay for a while, so mosquitoes. Get a good bit of mosquitoes, and then fucking have an issue with, I've got two neighbors about 15 yards away from me, and then a neighbor that's below me, 2 floors, that they have dogs, and of course they take the dogs out so they're not like shitting in their apartment and stuff. But a lot of times I don't think they pick up the shit, because there's been an increasing amount of flies outside whenever I go outside sometimes. I'm like, motherfuckers, can't you guys just clean up after yourselves? Fuck's sake. And it's like, we've got a little playground here at the apartment complex that I live at. I won't take my kid there for 2 reasons. One, there's almost always fucking dog shit around there from the people that live closer to there, and letting their dog just run out. They don't even keep the thing on a leash. They let the dog fucking run out and do its business and just go around. It's like, dog seems friendly enough, but I don't take my chances with anybody else. Like, dogs can be good, but their owners can be fucking stupid. I don't want to deal with that. You can't be in my window? Oh, you don't want to be in my window anyway. You got a fat ass and thunder thighs. But I don't know if the slap caught on the mic. But that, and also at one point there was a drug issue around this part, and some of the remains was found down in the playground area. It's like, nope. After I found out about that, I just stopped letting them go down there. But there's another playground, but that thing's fucking, it's a long walk to get to. And most of the time whenever I am driving that way, it's to go and visit my dad or else take care of business stuff. So, like, I'm already heading to that side of town with one thing in mind. There has been a few times that I have driven to that playground specifically just for kiddo. But, so far this summer, I've just been sort of like, locked in on trying to get certain things done. And I do plan on taking him somewhere specific for the summer break, but I need to get everything in a row first. Okay, enough fucking around. So we got our image texture here set to our brown granite thing. Set that to that too. Select that. And here, bake in the render properties. We're going to do diffuse for the color. Remove direct and indirect lighting. No, select it to active because we're not going from high poly model to low poly models. I think this will be it. I've never done this with a node group like this before, but it should work. Whenever you're doing the diffuse, which is the color, you want to have roughness at its normal percent. Well, its normal setting, which by default, if I remember, is 0.5. Metallic would be at 0.5 as well, so that it doesn't mess with your stuff. This doesn't need a metallic map, so I'm not going to be doing a metallic for it, but we'll be doing a roughness and a base color. You can do a shitload of different types of maps for texture baking, but trying to keep it sort of simple. So baking it out, it's gonna take a little bit. It shouldn't take too long because I don't have the render stuffs set too high, and you can see we're getting a little bit choppy right now. That's because it's using cycles with the GPU setting. So Unreal, in the Unreal scene, you can see the tank sort of chugging a bit. VC face sort of like doing this like ah. But I got 3 different things going. I got Unreal Engine going, I've got VC face going, I got OBS running, I got Blender running, Discord, Twitter, which I forgot to post the anniversary stream tweet that I had typed up before I even started. So I'll post that now. No, not the Discord transcript. Kuka retweeting somebody that I tried to ignore as much as possible. Hey, thanks for tweeting out there, Cass. You retweet too, I think. Kenji is drowning. Let's see that thing that you posted there, JP. Kiriko. Alright, it's the Cabaret Victorian Night. Is a retweet, well, repost of that meme with somebody taking a picture of, like, they're at a swimming pool or else at a beach or something, and there's somebody drowning in the back. Yeah, the support meme. I didn't play support a whole lot just because I always felt like that's how the situation turned out for me. And it wasn't intentional. But I liked playing Zenyatta. Yeah, DPS is always drowning because they go in too far usually. Okay, so the diffuse is baked out. We will save this image. Save as folder, brown granite tile maps. That's base color. Save. And from here we gotta switch the colors. Yeah, color space to non-color. Switch this over to roughness. Go back into the node. Take metallic back to 0. Here's the one thing with roughness though. you can do it where you just hook it back up, or go on the color. No, not me. It's RGB probably. Not curves. Other RGB. RGB to BW. I forget which one it goes into. Not script input. There we go. There's our RGB. Oh no, this would be if I want to get. If I just had it set to a certain thing. Oh, put that in. I think. Make sure it's doing it right. Okay, yeah. In there. Put that to that. Maybe take a bit to get it back to normal. Sometimes it likes to be goopy. Nope, not texture painting. Don't want to texture paint. I don't need this node in there. Well, I like playing Zen because they have to constantly just be holding down the heal buttons. It'd literally be what is this doing? Sometimes Blender. Oh. Didn't know that I did that. So we gotta set to that. Colors. So they got the roughness, which shouldn't take as long as the color. I always felt weird doing, well, playing support because, well, Zenyatta, you put out the Discord debuff, and I wouldn't just simply put the damn thing out and not say anything, so I'd be constantly calling out who the hell I was discording. But sometimes, like, you get in those big group fights where it's like, okay, I'm healing this one person, but I'm putting Discord on like 5 different fucking people, so it gets a bit extreme with trying to keep up sometimes. I didn't seem to bake properly. Right, regular setup then. Pick the damn thing. There we go. Always got to pick your image texture that you're trying to bake to. The reason why I'm trying to bake it out is because not every spot is as shiny as the rest of it. Sort of has that bit of wear and tear to it. Still looking. Oh, there we go. Now it actually came out a bit more like I wanted it to look. Maybe they changed it where you don't have to just hook it up then. Anything else I'd have to fucking put in, or maybe I had to put into a emission. Oh, then I'd be doing diffuse again. But either way, it worked out in the end. There's these always these little changes per update to Blender that like you gotta sort of kind of tweak what you already know to match up with how things have. Only thing that I don't do a whole lot of that I sort of wish I probably did dabble a bit more in is ambient occlusion stuff. Ambient occlusion, easiest way to probably explain that is like the shadows that are in cracks and crevices of stuff that makes it sort of stick out that like, yeah, there's this depth to it. Helps with that. Save as roughness. So let's click save. Don't put that in there anymore. We'll do save. Export FBX. Unreal Engine. That's select an object. Forward Z is up. I don't get why the hell it tries to export an FBX Z, negative Z is forward. Don't get why they do that as a default. It's very weird. No animations to it, no armatures, so don't need leaf bones. Normals, smoothing to face, gotta remember to set it to that. Modifiers on. Oh, there's no. There we go. Yeah. So, export. Then we go into content browser. Content browser. I don't know why. I always try the import where it tries to pull the material information from the file itself, which shouldn't be hard to do. Still fucks up. We'll see. If not, we've already baked this out, so we just make it into a new thing. Also, you can see where, because I'm doing all this shit, the streaming stuff like ended up sort of going kaput. I think we also lost head tracking, tank tracking died out. All right, so that might be because I'm fucking around with stuff with the scene. Let's see how this collision is when we're coming. Port and port properly. You know what I mean? So, luckily, yep, everything's back to normal since I got that in there. You actually see it coming in. Yay. Right over there. Problem is the dang material. Material did not import properly. Can't do is try popping and do the material itself. Dun, 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 dun. Let's use my base stuffs. Okay. Get that. I forgot that I made a master material for this. So, you having a master material, then you children from that makes it a little bit less taxing, supposedly. Losing time with a blink. Oh, well, damn it. Kill that. I don't think it's letting me. Not letting me mess with stuff since I have. Yeah. Steam actually active. Base color. Or mess with it. Dirt on. I forgot that I added those two. Towards that. Floor, tile, textures. Asset folder, and we're on ad. From file, folder, up, fix. Do, 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 do. Dooby, dooby, doo. I'd say go out and get some ice cream, but it's midnight. So not too many options of where to go for that. Let's stop it now. Okay. Alright, just a bunch of stuff moving. Give me errors from where I was moving stuff around. Here we've got tile in Unreal. And as you guys can see, nice and shiny. Nice shiny floor tile. It looks sort of weird with the Imperial, but that's because it's unwrapped on a sphere. So. Oh no, monster ice cream. Punch it in the head. There. Take this. Yeah. So that is one tile right there. Ah. Okay. Just because we're that line right, that's curve right there, and then catch it on for whatever reason. That's the little tank goes on. All the bonks. There's two options. Easiest of being skill that way, which less needs to be rendered, and there's that. Biggest thing that's annoyance coming from Blender to here is trying to remember all the controls, like the hotkeys for grabbing stuff. While moving stuff around, you just use these arrows in here, but to do that in Blender you just hit G and then you can move something, and it like sort of locks to your cursor until you left mouse button or right mouse button to reset it back to where it was. Here you got to use these, and you've got to switch between the different modes. You've got just an object select mode, you've got move, rotate, scale. Scale in Blender is S, rotate is R, and move is G. Whereas in this, W is move, E is rotate, and R is scale. Fun times, huh? I think that's why we have people that do just modeling or just world building. You don't have to learn all this stuff, but if you're going for indie dev bullshit and do not have the money to get a team of people working on stuff, you've got to learn all this stuff yourself. That should be a decent little, nice supersized marble floor. Could probably remap the keys, but a lot of tutorials use the default keys. And I had tried remapping in the past, I think, but didn't go that well. I kept fucking things up trying to follow what they say to do, and it turns out it's not bueno. No bueno for my brain. Okay, so organizing stuff a little bit. So I'll put the floor tile material in there. I keep everything sort of partially covered here. So with that done, I'll give a big save here first. Save everything. And chat, there's tank. Trying to find the original floor. Move this. Click that. Let's see. Hopefully nothing breaks with this just being gotten rid of. But now instead of having plain ass gray floor, we'll have something a nice marble floor now. Give it a shot. Yay! Always got to recapture the window because it opens a new window starting off. There we go. See, it all works again. Yay! Now we got something more than just the gray floor. Updated live on stream. So epic. Shower me in your love and affection. Oh boy. What is that? Don't you post any Sushi's bullshit in my chat. I only want to see Sessy mod emotes. I don't even know who the hell Sushi is. But yeah. So that was one update done live on stream where we did a texture bake, did a model import, well, model export from Blender, imported into Unreal Engine. I had the hiccup that's usually expected whenever you import something into Unreal Engine, which when it comes down to models, it's the texture. But easy little fix. Nothing too hard. And yeah. Oh, cool. I don't know too many people that got partnered. Not any that I consider friends. Like most streamers that I consider friends that like I bullshit with often and hang out on their streams often are just affiliate. One that stands out that I know that's not affiliate that probably won't ever go affiliate is Bizarre Khan, and he's got his own reasons for doing that. I think the biggest thing I'd like to see him go affiliate over is just his what emotes he decides to put out, but he's sort of like my goofy ass where he likes to make his own shit. So much respect for that. I like seeing what people make instead of commission. Nothing against people that do the commissioning for getting their emotes and other shit done, but to me, whenever I made my own stuff, it was like a sense of accomplishment. It was like, yeah, I made this shit. I don't have to worry about if I forget to credit somebody, or also if I happen to have a falling out with the person that made this stuff. I don't have to feel like weird still using their emotes. Or if somebody asks me, hey, who made this emotes? Well, I currently hate the person, but it's this person. Never have to worry about that issue. Well, I hate the person that made my stuff, but that's me. Yeah, so I'm happy having a little update like that. Acquaintance. I think I know who the known who the know. The acquaintance one. It's wrong keyboard combo. DM'd you who I think the latter is. After what happened with that person, I just completely cut all contact at all I ever had with them. Between like what happened between you and them and the third party person that never had much of a liking for myself. Okay, so we're both in the same boat. But I was incorrect, but we were still the same mindset. Unless you're talking about Fasani, I think Fasani's partner. I can't remember. Yeah, I've heard your side and I've heard Coral's side. Fasani isn't partnered. All right. I don't really associate with Fasani. I just be nice to her out of obligation, I guess you could say. Yeah. Yeah, mostly that. Ravtech. The name sounds familiar. Yeah. Sort of funny thinking back. So over the 8 years I've been doing this shit, the most issues with other people have cropped up after becoming a it's just the way things go, I guess. What can I say? People be wild, and I thought that said cootie guy. I was like, I don't want no cooties. Fuck that. Kooky? Kooky. Well, with a K, it'd just be cookie. Which I wouldn't mind hanging out with. That'd be cool. I like cookies. But, how the hell you spell that? And now you got me thinking. Maybe just cook with a Y at the end. Yeah, yeah.
Sample tax. And so thick.
What the fuck was that?
I wish you didn't have the stuff on it. But I don't know that redeem at all. Though the sound at the very beginning of that reminded me of something with Russian Badger's crew. I still don't watch that guy. I just like the highlight reels that come from whenever he plays with his friends. Especially the whole biz, like, how hard would I have to punch a chicken to cook it? BTS thing. Okay. Well, I sort of figured it was a TTS thing because I saw a little frog or whatever the hell it was to the left of his model opening its mouth. Sort of like how coral has beaky. That's one thing I never really got into whenever it was like really super trending and stuff, having the TTS stuff. It's sort of one of those things that, yet again, another instance of something that I'd rather make myself instead of just following along what everybody else did. I want to be able to customize things, and if something breaks, it's because I forgot to do something or something on my end fucked up. Not, oh, this website went down. Or else this updated in Twitch, so I need to re-allow permissions, which could still happen with something like if I'm making my game and stuff and I do the authorization between my developer account and my regular Twitch account. The authorization could disconnect due to updates in Twitch's system sometimes, so that could cause that could be the cause of some games that have a Twitch integration where the Twitch integration just stops working after an update. Probably something Twitch did without fucking mentioning it to everybody, and gotta re-authenticate it. Like, I've got two struggle buses with that whenever it comes down to it. One, setting up the Twitch integration for myself, and then two, if I decide to give it to my friends like yourself or JP or Coral, I'd want to set up a login page that doesn't keep your credentials, i.e. your username and password. It'd be something you have to manually put in each time, because if it was to like save it, it'd probably be something that I have to worry about getting server shit set up for. I don't like the idea of having my friends' passwords at all. It's not that I don't trust myself with it, I just don't want an additional source that could possibly be like, hey, my account gets hacked somehow, even though I have two-factor authentication and a text message gets sent to my phone anytime somebody even tries to do anything with even my like Facebook and other shit. No, I'm all about trying to keep stuff as secure as possible. I don't expect it to be 100% secure. There's some smart people out there that are way smarter than me when it comes down to computers and codes. Coding for pen testing, well, penetrating systems and shit. That I would never be able to outclass. Not without like a few years of fucking around with that stuff myself. So I don't expect my stuff to be infallible. But I'd rather it just be something that my friends would put in their username, put in their Twitch password. It gives the authentication page, like how I'd have to do myself as well for my own setup, and then it'll work for them too. Basically, once I do get my ass in gear enough to actually make it going to be a very, very exclusive thing that'll be on Twitch that you guys will have access to, if you even care for it after you see it in action on my own stuff. Whether or not it be something that I release to the public, I don't know. It's 8 years on here and obviously haven't exploded, and not depending on this for paying the bills, so not too keen already on giving fun stuff to the public, just to my friends. Getting more and more tired, it's good. Yeah, actually, probably gonna be wrapping things up here because it's 12:30 at night. So we did one update to the virtual studio. Maybe next time we'll dabble in walls. The one problem is adding in walls. Probably have to worry about the lighting a bit more. But that's if I put a ceiling in. Well, maybe we do that next stream on Friday here. Put walls up. Then try to look into lighting stuff on Thursday. I mean, not Thursday, but over the weekend. Set up a ceiling. Put lighting in. But this side that we're viewing everything from would probably still be open, just so it'd be easier to get different angles. Good start, yeah. And I think getting a new floor in there is a pretty nice start right there. Instead of that plain ass gray floor that I had. Luckily, I didn't have to worry about anything going berserk because of collision or else gravity simulation kicking in and being like, oh no. I think I'd have to close down the thing for me to actually check the hitbox, I think, for the floor. But I think it imported it properly as having its own collision box, so shouldn't have caused any issue. At most, maybe like the teddy bear would bounce out because its ass is clipping into the floor or something. But yeah, Mod, thank you very much for stopping by. You go ahead and get some sleepy sleeps. Anybody else that's still chilling here, I appreciate it as well. Going to look for somebody to raid here real fast. No. Fucking using everybody. And yay, tangents. Alright. I know who raid. Who had. Alright. We have to have Chrome muted. Either way, we're going to raid Ama here. For those that are subscribed, we've got this raid message. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we have a global version. For those that aren't subscribed, you can use the global emotes there, your own emotes, somebody else's emotes. I don't care. Just go with it. Have fun. But she's currently exploring the new island that was put out in Palworld that just released today. And it seems like they're already claiming, well, setting up a new base, which might be a raid base, I think she was just saying. But yeah, again, thank you guys very much for those that did stop by for my 8th anniversary stream. I know it wasn't anything exceptionally special, but you know, there's only so much I can do single parenting, having a job, a full-time job, and other shit. But you guys take care of yourselves, and until Friday, bye.